Synthesis Modules, Ableton Live 8.0. Hi, it's Gerald LeMay from Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, and this is week 6 of Introduction to Music Production at Coursera.org. I'll be talking to you about synthesis modules, in particular for Ableton Live 8.0. When you want to bring up the analog synthesizer, all you need to do is go to Live Devices and click on any of the folders that have the word synth in front. For example, if you go to Live Devices, click on synth strings, and you see all types of synth strings. So you can click on one of them, like strings elegic, and then you get what's shown in this slide. And these are presets of analog synthesizer patches, all using Ableton's analog synthesizer. The oscillator produces a signal. If you click on fill 1, for example, you'll see an envelope. If you go to oscillator 1 and click on it, then you can change some of the parameters. And by the way, in Live, if you hover the pointer over something in the display, there will be an explanation of what that item means that will appear on the left side. For example, if you hover over shape, it says set oscillator 1's waveform from the following choices: sine, sawtooth, rectangle, and white noise. Filter. So if I click on fill 1, I can select the filter type. Again, hovering, I see I can choose from 2 types of low pass, 2 types of band pass, 2 types of notch, 2 types of high pass, and 2 types of formant filters. You can also control the cutoff frequency, if applicable, and the resonance frequency, if applicable. And these things can be controlled using the low frequency oscillator, the note pitch, and or the envelope. So when you look in the middle of the screen at Freq Mod, you see 3 items and decimal numbers. You can change those to affect how the LFO key and the envelope will change the cutoff frequency. Also, you can change the resonance frequency using those same 3 items. Click on AMP1, Amplifier 1, and you'll see an envelope. It's not necessarily the same envelope. In fact, you can have a different envelope for these filters and amplifiers. What you can control, however, with the amplifier is the panning left or right, and also the level of amplitude modulation, the level of the gain for the amplifier, and that's controllable by the LFO note value and the envelope. The envelope has markers on it, and if you drag the markers, you can change the attack, sustain, decay, and the release. And these envelopes are used to control parameters in the filter and in the amplifier. The low frequency oscillator, if you click on LFO1, what you'll see in the window is a sinusoid, sub-audio sinusoid, whose frequency you can change. And this sub-audio sinusoid can be used to affect amplifier parameters so that you can have a vibrato. There's at least 2 ways to learn these synths. One is you take an existing patch and you take one setting at a time and you modify it and you listen to see what the effect is. Then you reset it back to what it was and take another parameter, another item, and change it. Or you can take an existing patch and you can turn some of the things off, or actually everything off, and then build a patch one module at a time. For example, if you turn everything off and then click on oscillator 1 and amplifier, you'll hear a sound, and then you can play with the envelope and see what effect it has. I really like exploring synthesis capabilities of analog synthesizer software modules, and in this short presentation, some of this background has been presented. Thanks for taking the time to check this out.